What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we are going to be discussing what am I going to be doing in today's video? I'm going to be ranking every ranking position in the rankings from worst to best, ranking that. That's what we're going to be that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. You'll figure it out. But basically, the UFC rankings go from 15 to 1, and there's there's 8 divisions, so we're going to be ranking 8 fighters per ranking spot. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. It's going to be really confusing, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get started. And apologies for the audio quality, all that shit. Again, hotel recording. We're trying to sort that out. But anyway, let's get started. So, to start off, the number 15 position in the rankings. Obviously, the guys who are ranked number 15. MVP, Ignacio Bahamondes, Dan Ige, Kaya Sakura, Roman Kopolov, Montel Jackson, Kennedy Nzechukwu, and Anthony Smith. That is my order for number 15. Again, you can kind of move all of these around. This is not set. This is very fucking random. But MVP, I just think he's proven to be the highest level guy in one aspect. He's striking. You cannot say any other of these guys are better at everything than someone in their division. They're not the best at anything in their division. There is an argument to make that MVP is the best striker at welterweight right now. So I've got him at the top. Bahamondes, he's very good. Dan Ige is very good. This is number 15. Montel Jackson, if you don't need to have the level of opposition to be there to put him higher, you can, because he does look pretty good, but he has lost fights. And then, Anthony Smith and Kennedy, I think you're going to see a lot of light heavyweight at the bottom too. But I will try and mix it up when I can. But ultimately, that would be my ranking for the number 15 fighters in the world right now. Again, I was contemplating waiting until after 314, because maybe Sean Woodson or Bryce or Gene Silva enters the rankings, or maybe a Pitbull enters the rankings, or there's all these there's movement in the rankings, right? But I just decided to do it now because I wanted a video and someone suggested this. So anyway, let's move on to the number 14 position. Number 14. My order: Grant Dawson, Joshua Van, Vicente Luque, Michel Pereira. Let me just relocate my fucking list here real quick. Sorry. Hang on, hold up. Jamie, pull that up. Where's the fucking list gone? This is scuffed. Anyway, sorry. Number 14. So Grant Dawson, Joshua Van, Vicente Luque, Michel Pereira, Kelvin Cater, Taliesin Teixeira, Alonzo Menafield, and then Ariel Helwani at the number 8 spot. This is the one case where the heavyweight isn't going to be last. Look, I just refuse to call Ayman Zahabi good. He's just going to be a guy who I will just forever deny skill. I will just forever say he's an awful fighter. But Grant Dawson, number 1. Look, I love Josh Van. I think Josh Van is great, and I think in 2 years' time, he's going to be top 5. But just right now, I do think, I don't know how to rank this, if it's based on who's done the most, or pound for pound, or who would beat who in a fight, whatever. I don't know how this would work, but it's just kind of my vibe. Grant Dawson, he's very good. I got to give him credit. Look, the striking is questionable, but this man's grappling is top 5 caliber. I would back him to beat. If you can take him down, he subs Gaethje. If he gets him down. But his grappling's very good. But Josh Van at number 2. I think Josh Van's very good. Vicente Luque, Michel Pereira. Again, it's lower ends, these ones. Luque was very good, not so much anymore. It's difficult to rank. I know there's going to be some disagreement in the comments. That's fine. There's going to be some people like, bro, what are you saying, man? Ayman Zahabi's a technical maestro, bro. Alright, buddy. Chill out. Anyway, let's move on. Taliesin Teixeira. I'm kind of just banking on him being good. We don't really know it yet. Lucas Tracy dropped a top 15 prospects or top 10 prospects list. I'm sorry, Lucas, that shit was ass. Put Carlos Leal at number 2 spot, and you got everyone's record wrong. Put Chango Lee in number 5 spot. Carlos Leal at number 2. Best prospects in the sport right now. Carlos Leal number 2. Fucking 500 level PFL fighter. Beat Alex Morono by TKO. Anyway, let's move on to the next star spot. Next up, number 13. Number 13. Carlos Prat. Number 13. CP. Carlos Prates I've got at my number 1 spot in terms of the number 13 guys in the division. Next I've got Brass Mitchell, brother. Next up we got, what's the kid's name? Ramazan Temirov. Let me tell about this kid, Ramazan Temirov. Kid's badass. Then we got Rainier Derrida. We got Marcus McGahee. We got Benoit Scamdenise. We got Bogdan Guskov. And then we got Mick Porkin. So yeah, we got some interesting positions in the number. This is a weird little motley crew of individuals at number 13. This is some average like high school friend group type shit going on here. You know, we got the skinhead Bogdan Guskov. We got the random fucking militant BST. We got the fat dude in Mick Park, and we got that chopped ugly motherfucker Marcus McGee looking like a fucking Chucky doll, Vanderlei Silva's son. We got Bryce Mitchell. We got the full fucking conspiracy theorist like cooked based one. We got that random ethnic Ramazan Temirov, and then we just got Carlos Pratas, the cigarette addict. So this is literally like the perfect male friend group. And then we got Dorito, who's just a goofball. Like, he's just cracking jokes. He's literally the average like white male friend group. You just don't allow the other ones in. But no, I don't know. Do I discuss my ranking at all? Not really. Prates, you know, I just got to put CP at number 1 for everything, obviously. Dorita, Is there anything that people would disagree with here? Maybe people would say Prates too high. Maybe people would say Dorita's too low. Maybe people would say, I don't know, maybe there'll be some Mick Parkin enthusiasts in the chat. But I don't know, after that last fight, I just can't put him higher. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good list for number 13. Anyway, let's move on to the next position. Number 12. Let's pull up. Jamie, pull up number 12. So Yusuf Zalal, Forrest Gump in the number 1 spot for me. Next up, we got Michael Morales. Then we got Paddy Pimlich. We then have Azamat Mirzakhanov, 35-year-old prospect. We then got Paulo Costa. We then got Kyler Jesus Phillips. Then we have Bruno Silva, miniature Bruno Silva. Then we got Shamil Gaziev. I'm sorry, I know there's going to be some people who will put Gaziev at your number 1 spot, but just if we're being serious, I gotta dock him some points. But Zalal, I just think he's very good. He's annoying to watch. Like, I'm gonna do a most annoying fighters to watch tier list. Just like, not based off personality or anything, just their fighting style. Who's just frustrating to watch. Morales, I do think is kind of overrated, and I think he will beat Burns, but he's gonna get like semi-fraud checked. Like, it's gonna be like a low-budget version of Hamzat. Like, not in terms of the same style, but just like he's gonna look mid and still win, and everyone's gonna have to just pump the brakes a bit on Morales. And but Paddy's good. If he beats Chandler, you know, I'm picking him to beat Chandler, but right now from what we've seen, I'd say Zalal beating Cater and like subbing all these guys is better than Paddy's wins. Mirzakhanov, it's light heavyweight, it's a dog shit division. You beat Menifield's cool. You beat fucking Jacoby. Like, I just can't, like, he's undefeated. I need him to, like, he's going to KO Walker, but like, I still need something more than that to prove what I need to know. Other than that, Costa, Phillips, Silva, Gaziev, they're 8. Like, they're decent. I'll talk about the later positions more, but these early ones, it's just a filler. I was originally going to do just like the best and worst fighter of each number ranking, but I was like, I got to justify my position more, so I'm going to end up talking about everyone else anyway. So let's move on to the next spot. Next up, we have number 11, and first up, the number 11, actually pretty low-key stacked. In terms of lower end, there's some very good number 11 ranked fighters, I might just say. Like, if we're looking outside the top 10, let me do a quick glance. Yeah, I would say looking at this, the number 11 people are actually better than the number 10s. But Jose Aldo, I got number 1. It's debatable. It's a good piece of evidence. Jose Aldo, I've got him in my number 1 spot. Next up, Fazeev. He's come up short to Gaethje twice, but like, Gaethje's number 3 in the world or something. So like, I can't fault him too much for that. Wonderboy, I think in his prime, Wonderboy is a better striker overall than Fazeev, but I just think stylistically, if I was matching him up pound for pound, I would potentially, in a 3-rounder, I'd potentially favour Fiziev, and Wonderboy's just a bit old at this stage. Reyes is fighting this weekend, maybe beats Krylov, maybe doesn't. Brendan Allen, solid. I hate him, but still decent fighter. Giga, Elliott, and then Waldo, obviously, just they're going to be there as the lower ranked guys. But though that top 4, top 5 there is like actually good, especially that top 3. Like, imagine telling someone like 10 years ago that Jose Aldo and Stephen Thompson would be number 11 ranked in their respective divisions. Well, maybe not 10 years, maybe like 7, 8 years ago, when Aldo had like just lost to Conor, and Wonderboy had was fighting. I know they're about a year apart, and when Wonderboy was fighting Woodley for the belt. Like, imagine saying, yeah, this guy's going to be number 11 coming off a KO loss to a former 500 level middleweight. Like, there's shit changes, but yeah, anyway, that's my ranking for that. Let's move on to the number 10 spot. Number 10. I've got Moicano, Money Moik at the number 1 spot for me. Look, a lot of this is debatable, but like, honestly, this is a pretty low quality class, I'd say. It's not low quality, but it's just a weird little crew of people. Like, if that number 13 group I just described was like the average high school friend group, this is like your average like adult friend group that you go to the bar with and just like hang out. You got Ty, enough said. You got Vittori, just random orc blockhead crash out merchant. You got the ugly one of the group, Tagia, who will try and get a girl's number and fail miserably. Bautisto's just that autistic guy that just like he's like me. He's just still talking about UFC when you're at the bar with the friends, like trying to escape from life. He's still like, bro, look at this. He's showing you like Instagram reels on his phone or some shit like that. Jeff Neal's like the DEI hire. Johnny Walker's just the guy who's gonna get into a bar fight and just get chinned. And then Moicano's just there. Like he's just chilling. And like Emmett's just the unk of the group. There's a lot of like, you can kind of describe a lot of these groups with like just average male friend groups of like different parts of life. This is like this is the high school friend group that were all like somewhat close. They had like a group chat together and they kind of just disbanded and then all met up like 5 years later. And this is where they're at in their lives now. Like Moicano's a financial advisor. Jeff Neal's, doing his thing to gear. Like, can you not see that? Ty's just obese. Ty was like half in shape in high school and now he's just let himself go. But if we're discussing the actual rankings, I don't know. You could kind of mix and match them. I think like it's pretty obvious Ty's lowest. I think no one can disagree on that. Walker, just skill-wise, yeah, maybe he's better than Vittori, but I just can't get past seeing Walker getting chinned every fucking fight. Emmett, I know some people say put Bautista lower. Like, I know he's a gremlin and is disgrace to the sport, but he is still decent. But I think this is a pretty good list. Maybe some people that have like Neal or Tagia above Moik, but this is what I'll go with for now. Anyway, let's move on to the number 9 position. Number 9, we're getting into some more stacked draft classes here, What are we thinking for number 9? We got Aljamain Sterling at the number 1 spot. I think that's pretty undeniable to me. Anthony Hernandez, number 2. I think those are a pretty solid top 2. Cejudo, he's not triple C anymore, motherfucker. Someone stole your other belt. You're single C now, buddy. Get packing off to the non-existent GFL with you, buddy. I'm actually devastated about that. I was so upset to see the GFL. I was so expecting it, but I was like, fuck, I really hope they hold an event. Benil, number 4, just because of the losses. Like, there's an argument, like, coming off the Gamrot win, you could probably put him, like, number 2, honestly. Urseg, again, just coming off losses, it's tough. Ozdemir, good fighter for his division, but again, light heavyweight's garbage. Colby is a spite placement, I just don't like him. And I also just think stylistically, he would get smoked by most of the top 15 welterweights right now. And then Derek Lewis, shit, man. Making me look bad on the video and shit, man. Derek Lewis, I'll put him at the bottom spot. Anyway, let's move on to the number 8 position. Number 8, Lerone. This is actually like less stacked, but still good fighters. So we got Lerone Murphy let me pull up my list again. We got Lerone Murphy at the number 1 spot. This is a placement that some people might disagree with. But I don't know. It's Murphy. Like, he's decent. He's just Leon Edwards reincarnated, but like somewhat decent. And has they're so similar. I made this comparison ages ago when I was the first one to do this genius video idea of comparing UFC fighters to former, like comparing like what UFC fighters like reincarnates. Since then, obviously, some other people have done that video. Yep, not gonna elaborate on that, but I'm just saying it's frustrating to see everyone call me out for stealing content, but then when I do a video first, no one will come in the comments and be like, Left Lane did it first. But as soon as I do a video that someone did 12 fucking years ago, bro, you're stealing video ideas. It's all good. Anyway, content's for everyone. We can all do the same fucking video ideas. We don't have to call people copycats. Like, it's fine. Anyway, sorry. Lerone Murphy, just something I have to get out there, Lerone Murphy, number 1. Gamrot, number 2. Krylov, Rob Font, Gilbert Burns, Asu Elmabayev, Roman Dolidze, and then Marcin Tybura. Yeah, that's my list, Very random, very kind of spontaneous. Like, I don't fucking know. I was just trying to get this out because I want to get videos out for you guys because I've been a bit... I can't say I'm slack with the uploads. Like, I just haven't actually been able to upload. I've been away. But I still am away. recording in a fucking hotel room at 10 o'clock, so I'm speaking less loud than normal. But yeah, that's my list for this position. Let's move on to the number 7 position. Next up, number 7, Ian Gary. Never thought Ian Gary would be number 1 on any list for like skills best fighter, but he is. He actually is a good fighter. He's fighting my boy CP in a few weeks' time. He's going to get knocked out, unfortunately for him. But I still think he's better than everyone else on this list here. Arnold Allen, solid. Cannonier, solid but old. Michael Chandler, solid but old. Khalil, we don't really know how good Khalil is. He just overperformed against a compromised Pereira. So, I mean, good job. And then, like, this is, like, actually an atrocious... To be fair, this is worse. Like, bro, number, like, 11. The number 11s on average would, like, beat the number 7s. Like, let me just compare. Number 11, Wonderboy versus Ian Gary. Yeah, Gary can probably grapple. Like, Arnold Allen, a number thing versus... Okay, we saw that, never mind. I'm about to look really dumb. Cannonier at number 7 compared to... I think Brendan Allen could beat Cannonier. Michael Chandler versus Fiziev. I think Fiziev beats Chandler. Like Khalil versus Reyes. Call me crazy. I know power, chin, worry, but I think Reyes can beat Khalil. Alex Perez at number 7 versus Tim Elliott at number... Okay, whatever. It just... Like, Chito Vera at number 7 versus Bautista. We're going to see that. I think Bautista's going to win. And then Waldo Cortez versus Spivak. Okay, so it's not that different. But, like, number 7 is minorly better, but it just doesn't look very stacked. Like, yeah, those are the number 7 ranked guys in the world per the division. Like, it kind of falls off a little bit. Like the first 3 are like, okay, that's, yeah, Arnold Allen, Ian Gary, Cannonier, they're all good. And it's like Chandler's number 7, like, ew. Like, Alex Perez is the number 7 ranked flyweight, like, yuck. Anyway, let's move on to the number 6 position. Next up, number 6, this is where we get into some serious business. Manel Cap, I've put it at the number 1 spot. It's debatable. It's debatable. It's not proof. It's a good piece of evidence. Manel Cap, I got the number 1 spot. I just think on his best day, I view him as just a little bit better, skill-wise, I'd say. Song Yadong, SYD, you know, only initials that are, you know, it's a close second. CP comes out on top, but SYD is still a very good good initial chain there. He's rocking the dripped out SYD chain. I love that. Kyle Bahalio, I've got at the number 3 spot. You can mix all these around. Joaquin Buckley, Big Buck. 500 level middleweight. So I still need to see him really achieve like great. Like I know he's achieved very good success. Colby and Wonderboy, but it's like older guys. Like again, if he fights Usman next and beats him, it's still going to be impressive. I'm a Buckley believer. I do think he has the style to beat a Bilal. But like, I need to see this dude. I want to see him versus like Shafkat, to be honest. Like I want to, or him versus Brady. Even though I think Brady deserves the shot over Shafkat, it seems like usually when they promise a guy a title shot coming off like a layoff for an injury, they usually give it. And Shafkat, they're just determined on giving a title shot. Like they were almost going to they gave this dude a title shot coming off Wonderboy, and then he ended up having to fight Gary because Bilal pulled out. But yeah, anyway. Bahalio, Buckley. I got Rakic. Rakic, I still think on his best night can fucking beat Magomed Ankalaev if he doesn't fight like an idiot, but it's all good. Almeida, Dan Hooker. So Dan Hooker and Ortega are the only two where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't consider those guys like incredible fighters. Like, is Rakic incredible? No, but he's quite good. Again, in comparison, I could have him a bit lower, but I'm still a Rakic believer. I'm gonna just buy into this, like, he just looked so good against Yuri. I can't get past how good he looked against Yuri until he gassed. So I believe that Rakic can fight like that and just like hold that pace, but he probably can't. Anyway, let's move on to the number 5 position. Now we're really into the big dogs where like you can't directly look at one of these guys and just say, yeah, they suck. Like, yeah, they're a terrible fighter. So, let's pull up my number 5 list. Number 5, I got Figgy at number 1. Like, yes, he is a little bit older, and there is, like, an argument to put him, like, below maybe a Poirier or Whittaker. But, like, Poirier's getting up there. He's about to retire. Whittaker has just shown holes. Like, you can put a flaw in all of these guys' game. Like, you can say, Figgy, bit old, just not quite imposing enough at bantamweight, you know, just gets outskilled by Peter Yan. You know, Poirier just doesn't quite have that grappling. Like, he's got it, but he doesn't quite. Whittaker just gets overwhelmed a bit too much. Yair just gets ragdolled. Tyra's striking just ain't there. JDM's grappling needs work. Blachowicz is a bit too old. Blades is just like can't quite get over the hump when he gets in those like real big test fights. You know, like as soon as you say number one contender fight for Blades, he just shits the bed and dies. So this is my ranking for number 5 again. This is like multicultural ass fucking group. We got Brazilian, we got American, we got Australian, we got Mexican, we got Japanese, we got Australian, we got Polish, and we got African American. You know, we're rocking the whole multiculturalism here, you know, type shit. But anyway, let's move on. Number 5. I don't know what else I have to say. Like, what would people's like if I had to guess what some people's main disagreements would be? Some people would probably want JDM higher. Maybe everyone would say like, no way you have Tyra above Blachowicz. Blachowicz is too old for me at this point. He just looked shit. Like even though he arguably beat Olberg, he still looked pretty mid. Whitaker, maybe people say Figgy too high, but I don't know. I think it's a pretty justifiable list if you look at it really. Anyway, let's move on to the number 4 spot. Number 4, we're getting into this class here. To be fair, I think number 5 is like considerably better than number 4. Maybe not considerably, but like I would say is better than number 4 to be honest. Number 4, Max Holloway versus what's the kid's name? Movsar Evloev. No, not versus. Just like this. So number 1 Holloway. Next up Movsar. Then we got Corey Sandhagen, Israel Adesanya, Usman, Kai Kara France, Pavlovich, Jamal Hill. Random ass group of people here. You know, we got the random fucking Hawaiian dude. We got the groomer of the group. You know, every friend group has a guy who you kind of just got to check real quick and just be like, "Oi, mate, check the age first." You know, and she's like, "Brother, it's okay." Sandhagen, you got the nerd of the group. You got the cringe anime kid of the group. You got the fucking unk of the group, Kamaru Usman. You got that little midget of the. You got the short fuck of the group, Kai Kara France. You got the absolute unit. You got just the bodyguard of the group, Sergey Pavlovich, and then you got the just fucking Jamal who's not in the group. he's just there. But I like this analogy of like kind of describing fighter friend groups. It's because you feel like all of them would work. That's just the vibe that all these fighters give you. But yeah, this is my list for this one. Maybe people say what would be the disagreements here. I think like no one can. I think Jamal Hill and Pavlovich are the lowest two. I would say Kai. You could put him higher. I don't know. Like everyone's like, oh, he beat El Bazi. Yeah, but like, okay, now looking what Moreno's just done to him, like, you kind of shouldn't be fucking having a 48-47 split decision with El Bazi at all. Like, please don't be almost getting RNC'd by Amir El Bumzi. Like, that's just something I'm gonna need you to not do. But like Izzy and Usman, they're in the same boat. They're interchangeable, both kind of washed. Let's be real. Sandman, I think he beats Figgy. I'm probably going to lean him to beat Figgy, but I don't know, man. That's a really good fight. And then Movsar, Grumluev, I don't know. He's number 2. Holloway's obviously number 1. Holloway will be on this list twice, by the way, because he's ranked in 2 divisions. Anyway, next move on to the number 3 spot. Number 3, Hamzat Chimaev, I've got at the top spot for number 3. Like, this is a stacked group. I can't lie. This is a very, very stacked group of individuals right here. I'm just hang on. Let me find number 3. Wait, what the fuck? Hold up. Okay, sorry. Hamzat, I got him at number 1 spot. Umna Nurmagomedov at the number 2. Gaethje, Lopez, Volkov, Edwards, Olberg, El Bumzi. That's my ranking. I think El Bazi obviously is the worst fighter here in terms of number 3. Like, how is this dude the number 3 ranked fighter in the world? He didn't beat Kai, and apart from that, he hasn't beat a single ranked opponent. Umar maxed his way into the top 3. Like, he just climbed the rankings, beating unranked opponents somehow, because flyweight was so shallow when he entered. Like, there was no one good, so he's just like, oh, you beat Francisco Figueiredo? Here's the number 11 ranking kid, good luck. And then we're going to give you debuting Alessandro Costa on short notice. Oh, you finished him in the 3rd round by TKO? Yeah, number 7 with you, buddy. Here's a main event in your next fight. Like, I don't know how we managed to swindle his way into the top 5, but all good. Hamzat though, Hamzat and Umar, interchangeable. If you think Umar's a more well-rounded fighter, I'm not going to hate you for it. You can put him in number 1. I think those two are interchangeable at the top. Lopez and Gaethje, I think like all of these, I've got them into 2s, where all the 2s are interchangeable. Like Hamzat and Umar, you can switch. I'd say Lopez and Gaethje, you can switch. I would say Gaethje's pretty clearly ahead, but still. Volkov and Edwards, you can kind of switch that bottom 5 around, I'd say. Edwards, I know some people are going to say, oh, you're underrating him because he lost to Brady. It's like, no, I just have never thought he was that good. And I think that's a bad look on Usman that he lost to him in the way that he did in the 3rd fight. And a bad look on Colby as well. Olberg, I just can't rank him that highly. like, he just still hasn't impressed me, really. Like, what's he done to be like, oh, yeah, this dude's elite? Like, he's just more athletic than Jan Blachowicz, so he's able to just kick him at range and get out the way of some of his shots and arguably lose his last 2 fights. So, I don't know. Number 3, very stacked class of rankings, I guess you could say. Anyway, let's move on to the number 2 spot. Number 2, also a very stacked. This is like a fan favorite. Like, if you're talking fan favorite fighter in each weight class, you've almost got them all covered here at number 2. Oliveira at the number 2. I've got him as my number 1. Look, I kind of want to put Jan above him because I just think Jan is more skilled. But if you're looking like who's doing better in their division, like, Jan does just have the losses recently. But is it, yeah, like, okay, it's like Jan has lost to O'Malley, who's above him, and Merab, who's above him. He also lost to Aljo, who left the division. Again, you can call robbery on some of these, so I get it. Jan, in hindsight now, I kind of want to change it and put him 1, so don't get mad at me. Jan sells. But Oliveira and Jan, number 1 and 2 for me. Holloway, number 3. Moreno, number 4. I'd say that's a good, like, again, I feel like I've kind of grouped these. Maybe some people are going to disagree, and you can switch around the 2s. Because Yuri and Shavkat, you can kind of switch them around. I've put Yuri. I know some people still think Shavkat's like some marauder who's going to just kill everyone. I think that narrative is kind of past. Like, maybe, yeah, he's comes back and it was just an injury, but, like, coincidentally, bro, you've been injured in, like, your last 4 fights. Yeah, I went back and forth with Jeff Neal because I was injured. Oh, yeah, I had a MCL injury against Wonderboy. Oh, yeah, by the way, against Gary, I did my knee or some shit. Like, every fight is just injured. Like, all right, sick. But, and then Garn and Strickland. Strickland, it's crazy to say because, like, yeah, literal former champion beat Adesanya. I just think, look, line him up here and tell me who's above. Like, you can say Shavkat, I wouldn't hate you for it. Pound for pound, like, I know at Garn you say lower skill because it's heavyweight, but, like, I still think just striking-wise, Garn is better. Maybe it's just optics, so maybe you can put, like, but I'd say you can't put him higher than 5. Like, you can't put him above Moreno, Holloway, Jan, or Oliveira, definitely. And then, like, I still think Yuri would kill Strickland. Pound for pound, whatever. If they fought, Yuri would just eat all these fucking shit jabs. Like, Strickland is incapable of harming Yuri. Incapable. Nothing he would do would hurt him. You can't out-grapple him. Yuri's too big. Like, and his grappling defense is solid. Like, what the fuck is Strickland going to do to Yuri? And then, like, Shavkat, Anyway, let's move on. You get the point. Number 1, though. Let's move on to the number 1. Numero uno. This is stacked. Like, this is like, unlike the other ones where you can kind of be like, oh, these are definitely first 2, these definitely bottom 2. Like, yeah, you really can't give a definitive answer here. I'd be curious what you guys think. Because my list is Volk, Brady, Imavov, Arman, Aspinall, Pereira, O'Malley, Roval. And that's going to get some, like, bro, zero ball knowledge, man. Casual, bro. Because there's going to be some people being like, there's going to be the Sharma fans just being like, Pereira's number 1, bro. I'm like, is he? I just can't trust, like, his grappling's just been, like, his takedown defense against the ankle looked okay, but, like, I still can't call him better than, like, it's not like Pereira's bad. Again, this is what happens when you're only ranking, like, 8 fighters that are supposed to be the same ranking in the world. Like, if I was ranking the number 1, 2, and 3, like, if I was ranking, like, the number 1 featherweight, the number 2 bantamweight, the number 3 lightweight, like, some shit like that, then it'd be different. But, like, these guys are all the same rank in their respective divisions. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. So, yeah, I don't know, Imavov, like, it's so tough that, like, I don't know, Aspinall, heavyweight's dog shit, so can I call him number 1? Most dangerous for sure, but I don't even know what I'm ranking this on. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Anyway, let's move on to the next and the final section, which is champions. So, the champions, El Campeón. This one is basically just like the top 8 of the pound for pound list, but I got it a little bit different. I don't really know what you guys would want to be ranking this on, pound for pound, accomplishments, any of that. It'll vary for you guys. Again, there's no right or wrong here, unless it's my answer. I've gone Islam number 1, I've gone Ilya number 2. I think those are the clear number 1 and 2. I got to give respect to my boy Pantoja. I love him. He's got to go number 3 for me. Dricus du Plessis at the number 4 spot. Big Ank at the number 5. Jones, Merab, Bilal. I think in terms of, like, accomplishments greatest, like, if you're comparing their reigns, Merab's like number 3 or 2. Merab's like 2 behind behind Islam. But even like name value wise, his resume is better than Islam's objectively. Apart from Oliveira and Volk, but like Islam has the better 2 wins, but Merab has the other better like 4 wins, and then Bilal. But like I don't know what I'm even ranking this on. It just is what it is. It's fucking random shit. Anyway, goodbye. Bye. Fuck it. Fuck off.